welcome to Prime News. Now look at the headlines. Good governance needs decisive leader. Sometimes one has to bulldoze resistance for decisions. Never backtrack. Parrikar says it all in headlines today's town hall. Congress MLAs block Congress reject John Fernandez's remarks on Rane's retirement, says it's internal matter. Rane says he will decide, doesn't need anybody's help. Five-day budget session of Goa Assembly begins from Monday. Session to start with Governor's opening address. Parrikar to present budget on 5th. Farmers march to Keri Panchayat protesting against wild animals destroying their farms. Staged dharna, demand solution from State Assembly. It's man versus wild in Sattari. And Goa Police registers FIR against MLAs Vijay Sardesai and Alex Reginald. Charge MLAs of damage to public property and noise pollution. Vijay challenges police to prove charge. Now news in detail. Good governance needs a decisive leader. Sometimes one has to bulldoze resistance to some extent to take crucial decisions, but never backtrack, stand by your decision. Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar has said it all in headlines today's town hall. Parrikar said he is in favor of bringing income source of political parties under scrutiny of RTI in a restricted manner. He also questioned on his recent controversial remarks on media.
Seen some people selectively use information. So if you are ready to punish a person who selectively use or misuse an information, I am ready to come under RTI.
But what about the principle and the morality of parties not wanting to come public? Why do you want to hide, for example, who funds you?
No, that is open. That is with income tax. We file with income tax.
No, the income tax returns are not made publicly available.
You can make income tax, if you restrict it only to the income source, I think that is no problem.
Who funded you? How much money?
You decide, then I will support a restricted entry to RTI.
You will support a restricted entry?
Definitely. In certain issues, I don't mind. You want about the income source, I have no objection to it. Money source can be brought under RTI, can be filed with Election Commission and let Election
That's
Commission
all people want to know.
What makes a politician to attack on media, especially when Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar...
No, I don't understand one thing. If politician can be attacked by media, as long as I don't physically violate you or make allegations which are not totally you are taking money or something like that, I don't think...
But do you think journalists are poorly educated?
No, no one is fully educated, not even politician. I am not also fully educated. So that is what I am trying to say. My issue was not media or politician at all. It was about understanding a subject thoroughly, your capability of knowledge, how to interpret various news. Don't go by physical news, but please read the meaning of that news.
Okay.
A decisive leader is required. A decisive means not dictator. There are certain decisions which will have to be made slightly bulldozing also sometimes. You consult, see the difference between a dictator and a decisive leader is a decisive leader consults his people and then take a decision and does not waver on that decision. Absolutely. Once you take a decision, don't waver on that. Weigh all the consequences before. But once you do that decision, please don't waver on that decision.
GPCC President John Fernandez's utterance on senior Rane's retirement has backfired at him. The Porien and Varpai Bloc Congress rejected party state president's remarks, saying John should think before he speaks. Congress MLA says its legislature wing's internal matter or Sattari Congress bloc will decide about it. GPCC President has no business. Meanwhile, Pratap Singh Rane, while speaking to Prudent, made it clear that he will decide on his retirement and nobody else has a right to declare.
Congress MLAs are furious on GPCC President John Fernandez's statement about Pratap Singh Rane's retirement. John is once again in controversy for making statement on party's legislature wing leader. John had said that Pratap Singh Rane and other senior leaders should retire from party. Parrikar and Walpoi Block Congress have strongly objected the statement from their party president. Block said John Fernandes should think twice before making any such statement.
अशा तरेचे अध्यक्षान स्टेटमेंट करचे न्हू की प्रताप सिंग राणे निवृत्त जाता तेणे रिटायरमेंट घेवची कारण रिटायरमेंट जावची ते हेणे स्वतः प्रताप सिंग राणे जाले आनी पर्रिकार मतदारसंघाची आनी वाळपय मतदारसंघाची जनता आनी त्यांचे कार्यकर्ते आनी ब्लॉकाचे सगळे लोक ठरयतले. आता लोकसभेची निवडणूक तोंडार येयल्ली आसा तेन्ना जनतेकडे सगळेकडे लोकांची दिशाभूल जातली आनी पक्षाची मोठी हानी जातली तेन्ना अशे जबाबदार मनशान अशी विधानां करची न्हू.
Santa Cruz MLA Babush Monserrat said it is unfortunate that a GPCC president is making such a statement. Pratap Singh Rane is a senior leader and can decide on his own.
I think if Mr. Rane is to retire or not to retire, it's only Mr. Senior Rane who should decide on this matter, and not some Tom, Dick and Harry. It is not going to go well with the party people. It is even with the congressmen. I'm sure no one must have appreciated the statement that what the president has made, because such irresponsible statements he's been keeping on making.
Kutturi MLA Alex Reginald says GPCC has no right to speak on Rane's retirement.
In the most fairness of things, I think whatever internal matters are, the party president should not speak in publicly. See, it is an internal matter as far as Mr. Rane is concerned. But certainly in the meeting of the GPCC and the meeting of this, we will raise this issue so that this type of things don't get repeated and don't send a wrong message.
Meanwhile, Pratap Singh Rane, while speaking to Prudent, said he will decide about his retirement. No one else has any right to comment about it. Bureau Report, Prudent.
The 5-day budget session of Goa Legislative Assembly begins from Monday. The session will start with Governor Bharatveer Vanshu's opening address. Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar will present budget on 5th of March. In all, 669 questions will be raised during the session. More than 6 government bills will be tabled in the session.
Nilkant Subedar, Secretary, Goa Assembly, said the session will be held for 5 days. Total 669 questions are received for the Assembly session, out of which 189 starred and 480 unstarred questions. Opposition Congress MLA Alex Reginald and an independent MLA Vijay Sardesai have raised the most of those. Session will start with Governor Bharatveer Vanshu's speech, and later condolence motions will be moved during the evening session. Second day will have a business of question hour and discussion on Governor's speech. On 5th March, Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar as Finance Minister will present budget for financial year 2014 and 15. Chief Minister may announce revised scheme for mining dependents subject to enforcement of Election Code of Conduct. During session, more than 6 government bills will be tabled and 1 bill by private member on private days. Friday will be Private Members' Day. Legislature Secretary Nilkant Subedar said the demand-wise discussion on budget will not be held during the current Assembly session, but it will be held in the subsequent session of the Goa Assembly that is likely to be held in July to August. Instead, the House will pass a vote on account. Reporter Mahesh Gadi for Prudent.
Lok Sabha elections are likely to commence in the second week of April and may be spread over 7 phases. The PTI report stated this on Sunday. The probable dates for the commencement of polling are between April 7th and 10th. The much expected announcement of the schedule is expected in the middle of this week. The model code of conduct for governments and political parties will come into force from the date of announcement. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.